Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. We are here at Impact 0078 and we're going to take on one of these two eradication bases today. Last time we went through and defended them, I think we did a decent job of doing that, but we had kind of already set ourselves up for success. Now we need to go through, and you can see I have tons of resources pouring into Impact 0078. That's what all these lines are. They are all launching in there. So I think we're going to use this as our kind of proving ground to launch out stuff, or we can change these to go to other places. I still have a couple of these launching into this other one, like biomass is going into that, whatever. But let's go in here and take a look at what we have resource-wise. So we're pretty much maxed out on everything except for thorium, roughly, in phase. We also don't have a ton of blast compound, but that's not super important to us right now with what we're doing. So let's go back out here to the planet map. We have this one, which is an eradication base, and then we have another eradication base. We're going to launch on the 24 one as opposed to 255, just because that's the first one we saw. So let's go ahead and launch in here. I've never been to an eradication base before. I am quite honestly very worried about what's going to happen here, but let's go take a look and see what happens as we go out here. And we have landed in our eradication base. Now I'm going to pause this flat out before we do anything else, and we're going to just see what's around. So we have a large area of thorium, lots of coal. Okay, we don't have a lot of sand close to us. We have water, which is nice. And, okay, so we have copper. I don't see any lead anywhere. There's a little bit of it there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to start it real early here with what they have. So it looks like we have some hails with some battery power, all of that. Cool. And these are all phase walls, which I don't know if I faced them before. Maybe I have. I don't remember. We have a whole bunch of meltdowns there, which is worrying. So we're going to try to avoid that side. I think we're going to have to try to sneak up over here or potentially go around if that's a possibility. So let's take a look over here. And if we go around... Okay, that's not too bad. We can get some stuff to knock out the power sources there. And, oh, we have a core right there with specters. Awesome. And a foreshadow. Not cool. We have another core right here that's surrounded by lots more stuff. And another core here, and two more cores, excuse me, that are surrounded by lots more stuff. So there's a total of 4 cores here. The only benefit I can really see to us right now is that if we're using air power, we can... This spot here is pretty easy. We don't have to worry about this for the most part. This whole area here for the most part is not going to worry us. We can knock out this, and we can punch up in here, I think, pretty decently, pretty quickly, maybe. This is very worrying, but we could assemble some air power out here, ground power down here, and kind of do a 2-pronged attack and see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But that's a lot of stuff. They have a lot of power generation there. The foreshadows have ridiculous range. Where are the meltdowns? Meltdowns also have a decent range. So the meltdowns range isn't crazy in comparison to the foreshadow. Like if we go over and take a look at the foreshadow, like it's enormous. It covers all of this and basically covers down to this area here. So that's an impressive area. But I think if we can kind of assemble some air units back here, we should be able to punch in here. And I don't know. The only problem I have with the number of meltdowns here is it's just a lot. And as a reminder here, meltdowns require a lot of power. So if we knock out power, they're going to be toast, which is a nice thing that we can do as well. So I don't know, just kind of think out what I want to do here. I'm just trying to decide what the best course of action is here. They have lots of power that can be knocked out relatively easily, I think. And it's just it's a big hot mess. But you can see, like, I would love to be able to establish some stuff back here or build some stuff over here that we can go out and do things with. But that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. And also, there's not a ton of resources for us to enjoy here. Like, it's pretty sparse. So we're going to have to figure out what we're doing. There are some other areas back here, but we're not super rich in any particular resource, especially lead. We are very, very, very low on the whole lead thing. So that's a little bit of a concern to us, and especially since we only came in with 2,000. I'm a little concerned about that as well. So I think our first line of duty here is to get, well, let me unpause this so I can see. Okay, so we have some thorium there. Okay, so Some genius, not me, somebody who's very smart at this game, decided or recommended, hey, just place some unloaders right here. And then what you can do is you can power up these ground units or air units right away. So if I want to do an air factory, I can get that going pretty quickly without having to do a whole lot of work. And in that, I want a mono, and then we're going to use a additive reconstructor here. And we can kind of get the things that we need almost instantly off of that, which is awesome. Okay, so for this we need lead and silicon. So we're going to go in here, we'll choose lead, we'll choose silicon, awesome. And then for this we need silicon and graphite. So again, I can just go in here, do a nice little unloader. And then that one, once I establish, will be that. We'll get rid of that one, and we can split this bad boy off and have it feed into there. And then we can at least get our initial stuff set up here. So that needs to be graphite. That can be there. All right. Now that's all well and good, but we don't have any power. So we need to get that up and running here as quickly as possible. I'm going to try to just get some basic stuff set up. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to last too long in this one. I think this is going to be a pretty quick version of stuff because I'm still very unsure of what the best method of attacking all this stuff is. So I think we're going to get wiped out pretty quick in trying to establish what we should do. And that's fine. I'd rather just trying to see what it looks like. And then from there, we can kind of go a little beyond what we need to do there. All right. So I'm just going to get some steam generators just to get our initial power setup going. And then once we have that initial setup, then we can go in and kind of figure out a little bit more of what we need to do. Let's do that. We'll get that in there. We're going to get a battery. Nope, not a differential generator. I want a large battery. We're just going to plop them over there and connect all of this stuff with a large node. And hopefully that will at least give us enough of a start to get going here. There we go. And we have power. We are storing power. We are making power. Cool. All right. So we have the initial kind of setup there. I do not know what kind of threats they're going to throw at us, if it's going to be ground or air-based. I don't like this little corridor here. I think that can be some problems. And over here, I don't know. I'm not really too worried about guys coming down this way. I don't think that's going to be a real possibility. Although, who knows? It could be because there's a core there. So I don't really know what the best method is here. Nor do I know what kind of defenses I should build up on here. So I think I'm just going to go really basic at the beginning here. And hopefully we can go in and get some better stuff later on. But I'm just going to start off with like a salvo center right here. That's just going to hopefully protect us a little bit here, at least for the first few waves until we can get a little bit more established. And then once we get more established, we'll figure out what we're doing next. But let's go in here, get you guys set up with that. Hopefully, yeah, you cover that area. Cool. So let's go in here and just get this start building because we're running out of copper already. All right, and they're going to help me out. All right, I'm going to pause that real fast. I need to go back to the planetary map. What is all this? That's another eradication base, another eradication. Okay, let's go back to impact here real fast. We need to change our launch area on that. To be going to sector 24. So I'll select that. I'm going to wait till a couple of them launch. There we go. Okay. And if I go back to the planetary map, when I click on impact, I really wish that all of them updated. It doesn't look like that happened. So now I need to go in and follow these guys here. All right. You guys are going to launch to that one. Select that. And we'll wait for a couple to launch in there. And I don't know if I'm doing this right. Please let me know in the comments if how badly I'm screwing this up, because I do want to know. Over here, I think I'm actually going to change that over to lead so that we have lead being able to fly out into our other areas. Going to go back to the planetary map, look at impact. Let's see, we have this one launching there, so we're just going to change that to go to this and select that. Again, I just want to wait till they launch over. I think that's what I remember you guys telling me to do, so I'm going to do it. Just to make sure that stuff actually shows up. And let's see, what can we send over? Well, thorium can go over, no problem. And what else do we have in background there? Let's also just throw more lead over just in case we need it. So they're loaded up, they're launching over, fantastic. Let's see, we have tar fields. And again, please let me know if I'm just doing way too much work here. I don't know if I am or not, but I do want to know. And we're going to just wait till things launch out. There we go. Wait till this one to launch as well. Cool. All right. So just to double check here, we have plastium going, we have surge alloy going, we have silicon going, and then we have copper. I think I'm going to change that one to be, let's go, we don't need thorium in that sector. Let's just do phase. I think that one makes the most sense. Because for some reason there's 12,000 phase here, and I don't see any phase or there's a little bit of phase actively going in, but not a lot. Oh, and that one's supposed to be silicon, my bad. Okay, so let's go back to the planetary map, click on impact. Let's see, Salt Flats is also launching there, so we're going to do that. Just going to make sure that's going to the right spot. And we'll wait for those to launch. And there's, again, not a whole lot in this sector that we really need to be concerned about. This isn't one of my proudest sectors, but it's early. This one was early game. You can see I don't even have titanium belts anywhere really for the most part on this one. All right, let's figure out where our next spots are that we need to look at. All right, Windswept Islands. You are launching. And you're going to launch all the way over to our new sector here. Again, I don't know if I need this titanium or not. I'm just going to launch it because we may need it, and we need to make sure we have it if we do need it. So the launch cooldown is done. We're waiting for the items to load up. There we go. All right. Let's go back over to impact. Again, please let me know if I'm doing this wrong. I don't actually know if I am or not. I probably am. What else do we need to rotate around here? Let's see. All right, so we have number 8 with lots of stuff that wants to go out. And we're going to send that over to sector 24. All right, great. Let's go back. Impact, let's see. We have overgrowth that is sending stuff, so we're going to make sure that's launching to our new hotness, sector 24. All right, we got that one launching. Cool. Impact looks like it only has a handful of things launching over to it. Oh, one of them is this guy. So let's see, what are you launching? And where are you launching from? Because I don't remember. There they are. Okay, so that's going to go right there. All right, we got one launching there. All right, and then our last couple, looks like we only have 2 left that are launching over there. We have Coastline, which I think this is where we first launch our very first things from, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think this is our initial launch site that we first built up. So I just want those to go. Maybe go a little faster. Cool. All right, and there should be one last guy that we need to get, which is over here, which is the craters. And we're just going to make sure you are launching over there to help us out. So I have phase fabric getting put over there, which looks like should be just about out after this. Metaglass, that we're going to probably throw some lead in there. And let's just try to speed these up a little bit too. Oh, this is doubling up. Okay, interesting. Didn't realize I had done that. All right, so let's go back over here. I think now there's nothing launching in here, but everything is launching here. All right, we have survived waves, it looks like. We're on wave 4. All right. I don't know where the bad guys are at or where they're... Oh, I know where they're at. I just don't know more functionally what they're doing to destroy us. And we now need to establish some things here. I think we're going to have to get some containers or vaults set up to allow us to build outward in this particular area. So we're going to do that. Okay. I don't think I launched with the biggest core I could have, which is a problem. I do that a lot. I'm sorry for those of you pulling your hair out. But yeah, I've done that multiple times, I think. Core nucleus is much better to launch with. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. Now what we need to do is figure out what we're going to do to get the rest of this place established. So we have plenty of stuff for the thorium reactors. And the thorium reactors just require thorium and cryofluid, and they worked okay. But what I really want is these RTG generators. We have plenty of stuff for that. It just uses thorium, which we have a ton of over here, and it produces plenty of power. So I think our next goal here is to just set up a batch of those things. Ooh, there's more lead over there. Good. But if we can get a batch of these things going, and then we can get our electronic weapons ready to roll. Like, I don't want to go too crazy because we don't have the capacity for it quite yet. But if we do something along those lines, we should be in a much better space here real soon. And then we'll get some of this stuff, dump that down into there. There we go. Now we're producing lots of power. With that power comes great responsibility. So we need to make sure we have a force projector here just to protect ourselves. Where's the bigger one? Don't I have a bigger one? Or am I kidding? Yeah, I'm kidding. My bad. All right, so we're going to place that right there for right now, I think. We'll get another one out near these guys and for our other locations there. All right, we're still, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oops. So yeah, they're gonna shoot through and destroy that real fast. Okay. So let's very quickly try to set that up. We'll get some of our scatters. Come on, guys, help me out, help me out, help me out. Oh my goodness gracious. What the heck? I was not expecting quite that much damage right out of the gate. So let's see, can we throw some parallaxes to help us out here? Or are we just gonna take a beating instantly and that will be it? It looks like we're gonna take a beating instantly and that's gonna be about the game. Alright, let's deconstruct this one. Let's throw some stuff over here. See if we can get some salvos to salvage our terribleness here. They're just ripping up our home base here. There we go. Maybe, possibly, we will survive this. There's a Guardian coming in 5 waves. Alright, I was tremendously unprepared for what this level was actually going to be like. Oh, gosh, there's more coming. Why? No, leave me alone. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so there's a lot of air power that we need to be prepared for in this one, it looks like. Yeah, I know the core's under attack. There, we lost. We only got 6 waves in before we got eliminated in 13 minutes of playtime. Not my best effort. I apologize. We'll come back to it, don't worry. There's lots of stuff that I'm interested in on this one, and we'll figure out what we need to do to make that all work next time. But folks, let me know what I need to do differently. Especially, I think I got behind the 8 ball there and trying to set up everything to launch. Was I doing that right? Do I have to go to each individual sector, or can I just do one and it will update them all? Because it didn't seem like it was doing that, and I really need to do that. So let me know what I can do better, because that was a sad showing. I am sad. I'm just amazed at the number of units that they are able to produce in almost no time. So we're going to have to figure out the best air defenses to get set up for all that, but that's going to be a problem for next time. Folks, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.